Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. You know, one of the things I've learned and I'm learning is that you cannot box God to a strategy. You cannot box God to a method. You cannot box God to a way that certain things work. And if you do that, you will limit your experience with God. You will limit the things that you can do with God and for God, because God is so big that He can decide to do what He has done many times, but do it in a different way. You know, He can decide to do it. And if you limit God to a strategy or a method, you might just be working on the same thing, but God has moved on from there. No longer God is there. And so for me as a creative and also as someone in ministry, I've learned to not trust in methods, to not trust in strategy, no matter how good they've worked for me in the past, no matter how good they've been. And then there was a season in my life where God had to correct me and move me away from focusing so much on the methods and the strategy and focusing on obedience. God said to me, take your eyes away from the numbers, from the strategy, from the methods, and put your eyes back on obedience. Because when you obey me, I will guarantee the results that I promised you. And I know it's very tempting to always think, okay, this has always worked, let's keep on doing this. But sometimes God may want to change the strategy. God may want to do something different. It may be the same battle, but God may want you to fight it differently. It may be the same thing that you've been working on, but God may want you to do it differently. And if you are not in constant communication with God, if you're not after God Himself, you may just find yourself doing things that God has no business with. And you may get frustrated because you're like, why am I not getting the result? But this has always worked. We've always done it this way. Could it be that God has moved away from that? Could it be that God is doing something new, but because your mind is locked into the things that God has done in the past and how He's done it, you are not able to really see the new thing that God is doing? So I want to encourage you, whatever you're doing, make sure you are continually seeking God and seeking to know His heart, seeking to know Him better. And don't just seek Him for the things you can get from Him. Don't just seek Him for the things He can do for us. Don't just seek Him to get strategy from Him or to get a method or to get that killer idea. Seek Him for Him. Seek Him because He's God. Seek first His kingdom. Seek Him, draw near to Him with a sincere heart that, God, I love you and I want to hear your heart about what I'm doing. I want you to show me. Show me how to do it. Show me what you want me to do. And when you do what God says to do and you experience some level of success, don't box God to that success. Don't box God to that way of thinking. Know that there is always more in God. It's about relationship with Him, so that you don't make an idol out of your success or out of the method or out of the strategy, but you still keep your affection absolutely on God. I really hope that was helpful to you. If it was, please make sure you share this video with someone else. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you do so. Thank you so much, and God bless.